Hey guys, this is Myron from Higher Performance, and today we're going to speak about the king of all pushing exercise, the push-ups. The push-up has been in existence for thousands of years for good reason. Simple, yes. Easy, definitely not. The push-ups works all pushing muscles in the upper body, such as the shoulders, triceps, chest, and requires good stability in the trunk to perform well, especially so when doing harder variations of this exercise. It is important to first get the setup right, and that starts from the hands. Since it's a closed kinetic chain exercise, how you position your hands is extremely crucial, as your hands control the entire upper body musculature. The hands will be positioned shoulder width apart, fingers pointing forward, spine neutral. This includes everything from your sacrum to your skull. For the general push-up, we also want to form an arrow-like shape as we descend, so we do not cause too much strain on the anterior capsule of the shoulder. That being said, elbows flat out or elbows tucked in, they are both not wrong. It depends on what the emphasis on the muscles work for that particular session. Since the push-ups predominantly works the triceps as a primary mover, ensure to initiate the movement from the elbows first. Only when your elbows are close to 90 degrees, then your scapula should retract for the chest to receive the remaining load. Ensure to finish each repetition with chest almost touching the floor and the elbows straightened upon completion. As the push-ups is essentially a moving plank, the hips and shoulders should ascend and descend at the same rate during the entire movement. The setup and execution of the push-up is extremely important and applies to all forms of regressions and progressions that we're going to talk about in this video. It is extremely important to take note of scapular movement upon execution. Oftentimes, people who practice yoga complain of anterior shoulder pain, and have found the reason being that they always keep their shoulders protracted, even at the bottom of the movement. This will cause closing angle pain and can be rectified with a slight opening of the chest halfway down into the push-ups. If standard push-ups are too difficult, you can always elevate the platform so there is lesser weight on the upper extremities. You can start off with a higher box and progress by lowering the box height. The closer you are to the floor, the more weight there will be on the upper extremities. If standard push-ups are too easy, increase the range of motion by elevating your hands on yoga blocks or parallettes. Another way to increase the difficulty is to increase the instability and depth of the exercise, and this can be done with gymnastic rings, which are perfect to increase both range of motion and instability of the exercise. When using rings, start off with the hands facing forward in what we call the ring turnout position, and try to keep your elbows straight and pointing forward. If this is your first time doing this, you will notice that this is extremely challenging to balance, as well as a challenge for the midsection to hold, even in the static position. When bilateral or two hands becomes easy in all variations, you can start exploring transferring weight towards one hand. This is where variations of the one-arm push-ups come into the picture. Archer push-ups are usually a great go-to when attempting to progress to the one-arm push-ups. The secondary hand will remain as straight as possible and assisting only as much as you need to descend and ascend with control. Once you have built enough strength in the archer push-ups, you can then go on to the one-arm push-ups, which in my opinion is the litmus test of one's upper body pushing strength, as well as the ability to anti-rotate, a key to transferability to sports. The one-arm push-up requires generating enough tension from the legs all the way to the hands. Start off by locking the knees and pushing hard into the ground on the opposite leg. Posteriorly pelvic tilt to ensure no extension happens in the lower back. Like the push-up, alignment and execution remains and ensure that the body moves up and down like a moving plank. When this is easy, you can progress it like a standard push-up by increasing depth, such as the deficit one-arm push-ups, as well as instability and range of motion, together such as the one-arm ring push-up. The push-ups should be programmed as an intra-set progression before moving on to an inter-set progression. An intra-set progression for push-ups is where you increase the number of reps till it hits a certain number of push-ups. Usually, I would stop at 15 reps, as it then becomes a muscular endurance exercise which doesn't do much in contributing to the strength of building up the one-arm push-up. An interset progression, however, is basically moving on to a harder variation of an exercise, such as the ring push-ups. And again, you can start off with intraset progressions, such as the push-ups. If you guys enjoyed the content and found it useful, be sure to subscribe to this channel, as we will be posting training videos as well as tutorials such as this every week.